Let's talk about the 5 deadliest historical edibles. Starting from number 1, mummy candies. In the shadowed halls of Renaissance Europe, a grotesque practice flourished among the elite and desperate alike, one that blurred the lines between medicine and gruesome ritual. Mummy confectionery. This bizarre form of remedy involved the consumption of ground mummified human remains that were often stolen from the ancient tombs of Egypt or snatched from the less guarded graves of Europe. The bodies were then ground into a fine powder, mixed with exotic spices and fashioned into morbid candies, promising health to those who dared consume the dead. Symptoms believed to be treated by this candy range widely. Sufferers of chronic headaches, stomach ulcers, and even the bubonic plague were prescribed this cannibal cure. There were many reporting temporary relief, but it's likely due to the placebo effect or the potent mix of herbs and spices that accompanied the human remains. Yet, the long-term effects were far more sinister, with symptoms of chronic lead poisoning, mercury intoxication, and arsenic exposure, which are caused by the contaminants in the mummified bodies. A notable instance of mummy confectionery involves King Charles II of England, who is known for his unusual medical practices, including the use of remedies made from human remains. One of his most notable concoctions was the King's Drops, a mixture made by blending powdered human skulls with alcohol. Are you feeling better, sir? Yes, I'm feeling way better. Is it the herbs I mix in? No. It's not because of the herbs. I think it's because of Uncle Joe. Number 2. Ergot poisoning from rye bread. Ergot poisoning, also known as ergotism or St. Anthony's fire, emerged as a lethal consequence of consuming rye bread contaminated with ergot fungus. Ergot is a fungus that grows on rye under specific conditions, particularly in damp and cold weather. When people ate rye bread made from infected grain, they ingested ergot's toxic compounds, leading to severe and often bizarre symptoms. Symptoms of ergotism fall into 2 main categories: convulsive and gangrenous. The convulsive symptoms include painful seizures and spasms, diarrhea, itching, and hallucinations, which are caused by the psychoactive compounds that are found in ergot fungus. These hallucinations and convulsions could be terrifying, causing people to see visions or feel as though they were in a nightmare they couldn't wake up from. The gangrenous form of ergotism was even more grotesque. It began with a burning sensation in the limbs, as if one were being consumed by fire. Well, no wonder ergotism is called St. Anthony's fire. This pain was caused by ergot's effect of constricting blood flow to the limbs, eventually leading to gangrene. Affected limbs turned black, died, and could eventually fall off due to the severe restriction of blood circulation. Ergotism outbreaks in medieval Europe were both devastating and widespread, affecting thousands. Entire villages could be afflicted, leading to mass hysteria, deaths, and long-term disability for survivors. The bizarre symptoms and the lack of understanding of their cause often led to superstition and panic, with sufferers sometimes believed to be cursed or possessed. It wasn't until much later that the connection between ergot fungus and the symptoms of ergotism was fully understood, allowing societies to take steps to prevent such tragedies from recurring. Number 3. Fugu. Blowfish, or fugu as it's known in Japan, is a unique dish known for its risky reputation. While it's considered a delicacy, it comes with a high level of danger due to the potent toxin it contains, known as tetrodotoxin. This toxin is up to 1,200 times more poisonous than cyanide, and there is no known specific antidote, making the preparation of fugu a high-stakes endeavor. Here's what happens when a person consumes fugu that was not prepared correctly. The first signs include tingling or numbness around the mouth, lips, and fingertips. This progresses to nausea, vomiting, and a feeling of lightheadedness. Some people may also experience a headache or feel a sense of floating. As the toxin spreads, it can lead to more severe symptoms such as difficulty walking, muscle weakness, and paralysis. The most dangerous effect of tetrodotoxin is its ability to paralyze the muscles needed for breathing, leading to respiratory failure. This is the primary cause of death from fugu poisoning. A particularly horrifying aspect of fugu poisoning is that despite the paralysis and inability to speak or move, the victim may remain fully conscious and aware of their surroundings. Well, this is why fugu can only be prepared by chefs who have undergone rigorous training and have earned a special license. The training can last up to 3 years, as chefs must learn how to remove the toxic parts of the fish without contaminating the safe parts. Only about 35% of candidates who took the licensing exam are awarded a license, highlighting the high standards set by local authorities. Despite the risk, fugu remains a sought-after dish in Japan, celebrated for its delicate flavor and the thrill it provides. The fish is served in various ways, including sashimi, in soups, or fried. Number 4. Lead Lace Wine. Romans were known for their engineering marvels, including extensive plumbing systems made of lead pipes. However, their use of lead went beyond just infrastructures. They also added lead to wine and food as a sweetener, creating a toxic concoction that they consume regularly. The substance they used, known as sapa, which is a syrup made by boiling down grape must in lead pots. This process resulted in a sweetener that not only enhanced the flavor of their wine, but also significantly increased its lead content. The widespread use of lead in cooking and drinking vessels further worsened the issue, making lead poisoning a common ailment in Roman society. Okay, so here are the choices. Stainless steel, cast iron skillet, we got carbon steel, and copper. Do you happen to have lead? You mean this one? Yep, that one. The food just tastes way better with that one. I'll take 5. The symptoms of lead poisoning are insidious and varied, making it a particularly grotesque aspect of Roman life. Chronic lead poisoning could lead to severe gastrointestinal distress, including abdominal pain and constipation, as well as neurological issues such as headaches, fatigue, and irritability. More severe consequences included kidney damage, infertility, and even madness. Number 5. Ackee Fruit. The ackee fruit is native to West Africa, but is also found notably in Jamaica, where it's a part of the national dish. The fruit is high in vitamins and fats, and when properly ripe and prepared, it is safe to eat. However, the unripe ackee fruit contains a toxin called hypoglycin A, which can lead to a potentially fatal condition known as Jamaican vomiting sickness. The ackee fruit must be fully ripe and naturally open on the tree before it is safe to consume. The edible portions are the yellow orili, which surrounds the seeds. If a person eats unripe ackee or other parts of the fruit containing the toxin, the following may occur. Within a few hours of consumption, symptoms can start with vomiting, which is intense and can be projectile. This is often the first sign of poisoning, alerting individuals that something is seriously wrong. Following the initial reaction, the situation can escalate as hypoglycin A begins to exert its more profound effects on the body. The compound causes severe drops in blood sugar levels known as hypoglycemia, leading to a cascade of symptoms including weakness, lethargy, and drowsiness. This sudden drop in glucose is particularly dangerous because it affects the body's energy supply, especially to the brain. In extreme cases, the individual may experience coma or death, particularly if the hypoglycemia is severe and prolonged. With prompt medical treatment, recovery from ackee poisoning is possible. Treatment usually involves restoring blood sugar levels to normal and providing supportive care. Due to these risks, there are regulations for importing and preparing ackee, especially outside of its native regions, to ensure that only the ripe, safe parts of the fruit are consumed. Hey, class is over. Go home. What are you still doing here? Go home.